In a world saturated with information and constant stimuli, capturing and maintaining people's attention has become a significant challenge. However, psychology offers us a toolbox full of tricks and techniques that can be used to positively influence perception, behavior, and decisions. These tricks, based on solid psychological principles, allow us not only to communicate more effectively, but also to build richer and more meaningful relationships. From the importance of a genuine smile to the power of anticipation, each trick reveals a fascinating aspect of the human mind and offers valuable insights into how we can better connect with each other by applying these principles ethically and consciously. It is possible not only to achieve specific goals, but also to promote an environment of understanding, cooperation, and mutual well-being. This guide explores 18 of these psychological tricks, detailing how each one works and how it can be applied in everyday life, work, and personal relationships. Trick 1. The power of the name. In the world of communication and personal influence, the simple act of using a person's name during a conversation can have a profoundly positive impact. This gesture, although small, is loaded with meaning and power. A name is not just a set of letters, it is the sonic representation of someone's identity, reflecting their history, personality, and in many aspects, their essence. When we call someone by their name, we are doing more than just capturing their attention. We are recognizing their individuality and implicitly expressing our respect and appreciation for them. The use of a person's name creates a direct channel of communication, transforming a generic interaction into a personal and meaningful connection. Trick 2. The smile. It is one of the most powerful and underestimated communication tools we possess. It transcends cultural and linguistic barriers, capable of expressing joy, receptiveness, and empathy without the need for words. But we're not talking about just any kind of smile. The focus here is on the genuine smile, the one that involves not just the muscles of the mouth, but also the eyes, creating the well-known crow's feet. This type of smile, often called the Duchenne smile, is universally recognized as a sign of happiness and sincerity. A genuine smile has the power to disarm, create instant connections, and even alter the emotional state of the recipient. It is an external manifestation of positive emotions that, according to studies, can positively influence the mood and disposition of others, promoting an environment of positivity and openness. Moreover, smiling can be contagious, creating a chain of positive reactions that have the potential to improve not just the moment, but someone's entire day. The conscious application of a genuine smile in our daily interactions, whether in personal or professional contexts, is a simple yet profoundly effective strategy for improving the quality of our communications and relationships. Trick 3. Mirroring. Known as mirroring, it is a fascinating psychological technique that explores the natural tendency of people to feel more connected and at ease with those who reflect their own behaviors, gestures, or speech patterns. This phenomenon, rooted in our search for familiarity and comfort in social interactions, can be a powerful communication tool when used consciously and subtly. Mirroring works because people are generally attracted to symmetry and similarity. This can lead to an increase in empathy and mutual trust, making communication more effective and relationships stronger. To apply mirroring effectively, it is essential to do so with moderation and in an almost imperceptible manner. The goal is not to copy every movement or word mechanically, but to capture the essence of the other person's behavior so that the imitation seems natural. This can include synchronizing the rhythm of speech, adopting a similar body posture, or reflecting facial expressions. These actions, when carried out with care, can facilitate a deeper connection without the other person consciously perceiving why they feel more understood or close. It is crucial that mirroring be practiced with respect and integrity. The imitation should be based on the intention to create a genuine connection, not as a manipulative strategy. When used sincerely, mirroring not only improves communication but also reinforces mutual respect and consideration, fundamental elements of any healthy relationship. Mirroring can be especially useful in professional contexts, such as in negotiations or team meetings, where building rapport and collaboration are crucial. By subtly reflecting the gestures or tone of voice of a colleague or client, it is possible to create a more harmonious and conducive environment for mutual understanding and shared success. Mirroring is more than a simple psychological trick. It is a communication approach that, when used with consideration and authenticity, has the potential to transform casual interactions into meaningful connections. By practicing mirroring with awareness and respect, we can not only improve our ability to relate to others, but also enrich our social experiences in a profound and lasting way. Trick 4. The favor technique. A subtle strategy based on the psychological principle of reciprocity, suggesting that asking someone for a favor can paradoxically increase that person's affection for you. This idea was popularized as the Ben Franklin effect, named after the famous incident where Benjamin Franklin borrowed a rare book from a political rival, which resulted in a lasting friendship between them. The underlying principle is that by performing a favor, the person justifies their actions to themselves, believing they like the person they are helping, thus creating a basis for more positive relations. Applying the favor trick in practice requires a delicate approach and consideration of the context. The key is to ask for something small and reasonable, something that does not cause inconvenience, but still requires a conscious effort on the part of the other person. This request not only opens the door to a more meaningful interaction, but also instills a sense of personal investment in the relationship. It is important to note that the success of this technique depends on sincerity and timing. The request must appear genuine and be made at an appropriate time, so as not to seem manipulative or coercive. Additionally, recognizing and adequately thanking the favor performed is crucial to reinforcing the positive perception and reciprocity in the relationship. Asking for a favor is also an opportunity to demonstrate trust in the other person, acknowledging their skills or resources. This can boost the individual's self-esteem and promote a dynamic of cooperation and mutual respect. The favor technique, when employed with care, can be a valuable tool for strengthening bonds, facilitating open communication, and building more united and collaborative communities. Trick 5. The law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity is a powerful psychological principle that plays a key role in human interactions and social relations. Essentially, it suggests that when someone does something for us, we feel a strong internal need to reciprocate in some way. This desire to balance the accounts can be manifested in various ways, whether through a favor, a gift, or even a simple thank you. This trick explores an innate tendency towards reciprocity, an impulse so fundamental that it can be observed in various cultures around the world. The conscious application of the law of reciprocity in our lives can have a profound impact on how we relate to others. By offering something first, whether a gesture of kindness, valuable information, or a small gift, we create an environment conducive to cooperation and strengthen our social bonds. This not only increases the likelihood of a positive response, but also nurtures a virtuous cycle of giving and receiving, enriching our interactions and communities. It is crucial that the application of this law be guided by genuine generosity and not by expectations of personal gain. Trick 6. Scarcity. This psychological principle that people tend to value more what is perceived as rare or at risk of becoming inaccessible. This phenomenon, rooted in the fear of losing something valuable, can significantly influence our decisions and behaviors. By applying the concept of scarcity in social interactions or marketing strategies, for example, it is possible to increase the perceived value of a product, service, or opportunity, encouraging quicker and more decisive action. Scarcity, when effectively employed, creates a sense of urgency, making offers seem more attractive simply because they are limited. This can be observed in promotions while stocks last, countdowns to the end of an offer, or the limited availability of an exclusive item. The key to the success of this strategy lies in its authenticity. Fabricated or perceived as manipulative scarcity can lead to distrust and harm credibility. To apply scarcity effectively, it is essential to communicate clearly the value of what is being offered, highlighting not just its rarity, but also why it is desirable or beneficial. This can involve focusing on the unique features of a product, the exclusive benefits of an opportunity, or the singular experience being made available. The idea is to make the offer seem not just limited, but also irresistibly valuable. Scarcity can be applied ethically by genuinely limiting offers based on real restrictions, such as time availability, resource quantity, or access to exclusive experiences. This not only validates scarcity as a legitimate factor, but also respects the intelligence and autonomy of the consumer or interlocutor, grounding the interaction in principles of honesty and mutual respect. Trick 7. Validating emotions. This validation occurs when we recognize and accept another person's feelings as legitimate and understandable, regardless of whether we agree with the reasons behind those emotions. By validating others' emotions, we communicate that we value their perspective and experience, creating a safe space for authentic expression and constructive dialogue. Emotional validation plays a crucial role in conflict resolution and emotional support, as it demonstrates empathy and understanding. When people feel that their emotions are recognized, they are more likely to feel comfortable sharing deeper thoughts and feelings, thereby facilitating the resolution of misunderstandings and deepening the bond between the involved parties. To effectively validate someone's emotions, it is important to practice active listening, reflecting on what has been said and acknowledging the expressed emotion. Simple phrases like, "It seems like that was really frustrating for you," or "I can understand why you would feel that way," can be extremely powerful. These statements not only show that you are paying attention, but also that you care about the other person's emotional well-being. Trick 8. Curiosity. Curiosity is a powerful force in human psychology, capable of motivating learning, exploration, and attention. This trick involves awakening someone's interest and curiosity, making communication, information, or the offer much more attractive and engaging. By provoking curiosity, you create an emotional hook that can significantly increase attention, retention, motivation to act, and memory of the presented content. Effective use of curiosity often involves presenting an intriguing question, a surprising fact, or an incomplete story that leaves the listener wanting more. This can be achieved through a variety of techniques, such as using titles or introductions that provoke questioning, presenting challenges that encourage problem-solving, or gradually revealing information that keeps the audience engaged from beginning to end. Awakening curiosity also means playing with the unknown and the unexpected, as people are naturally drawn to mystery and what they do not fully understand, leading them to seek answers and solutions. This trick can be particularly effective in educational and marketing environments, where engaging the audience is crucial for the success of transmitting a message or selling a product. It is important to balance the amount of information or the level of mystery presented. Too much uncertainty can lead to frustration or withdrawal, while too little may not be enough to arouse genuine interest. The key lies in finding the sweet spot that captures the audience's imagination, leading them on a journey of discovery that is both satisfying and informative. In feeding curiosity, it is essential to provide a resolution or conclusion that is rewarding. The satisfaction of curiosity should lead to increased knowledge, a deeper understanding, or an enriching experience. This not only rewards the audience for their engagement, but also strengthens the connection between the communicator and the receiver, creating a positive memory associated with that interaction. Trick 9. The halo effect. The halo effect is a fascinating psychological trick that reveals how our overall impressions of a person can influence our judgments about their specific characteristics. This phenomenon occurs when a single positive quality of a person, such as attractive appearance, charisma, or professional success, leads us to attribute other positive qualities to them, such as intelligence, kindness, or competence, even without direct evidence. This psychological trick demonstrates the power of first impressions and how they can shape our perception of someone in various dimensions. The halo effect can be consciously utilized to improve the way we are perceived by others, whether in social, professional, or academic contexts. Presenting oneself in a polished manner, maintaining a positive attitude, and demonstrating competence in one area can lead people to form a more favorable overall view of you. Trick 10. The art of active listening. The art of active listening goes beyond mere hearing, positioning itself as a powerful psychological trick for enhancing relationships, facilitating understanding, and promoting an environment of mutual respect. This technique involves listening attentively with the goal of fully comprehending the speaker's message, reflecting on what has been said, and responding in a way that validates the other person's experience. By employing active listening, we demonstrate appreciation not only for the words, but also for the underlying feelings and thoughts expressed by the other person. The practice of active listening involves several key strategies, such as maintaining eye contact, nodding, using facial expressions that indicate understanding, and asking relevant questions that show genuine interest in the conversation. Trick 11. The law of contrast. The law of contrast is a psychological principle that highlights how we perceive differences between two things, presented one after the other. Essentially, when two items, ideas, or situations are placed side by side, we tend to evaluate the second in direct contrast to the first, which can dramatically amplify the perception of their differences. For example, if you hold one hand in cold water and then place it in room temperature water, the room temperature water will seem noticeably warmer, although its temperature has not changed. In communication, negotiation, and marketing, the law of contrast can be used to significantly influence people's perception and decision-making. For example, by presenting a higher price before offering the real price of a product, the second price may seem particularly more attractive, even if it might be considered high in isolation. This occurs because our perception of value is not absolute, but relative to what was previously presented. To effectively apply the law of contrast, it is crucial to understand the context and goals of the interaction. Trick 12. The power of touch. The power of touch explores how subtle physical contact can significantly influence perception and social interaction. This psychological trick is based on the idea that a light and appropriate touch can convey trust, empathy, and establish a deeper connection between people. In the context of human relationships, touch can serve as a powerful form of non-verbal communication, capable of expressing support, affection, and understanding without the need for words. Studies have shown that a firm handshake, a touch on the arm during a conversation, or a warm hug can significantly increase the feeling of trust and cooperation. For example, in a professional environment, a handshake at the beginning and end of a meeting can be not just a polite formality, but also a means of establishing a more solid connection and conveying reliability. However, using touch as an influence tool should be approached with sensitivity and respect for individual and cultural difference. What is considered a friendly gesture in one culture may be interpreted differently in another. Additionally, it is crucial to be aware of each individual's comfort and personal boundaries. A touch that is unwelcome or perceived as invasive can have the opposite effect to the desired one, causing discomfort or withdrawal. To effectively apply the power of touch, it is essential to observe and respond to the other person's nonverbal signals. This may involve starting with more reserved gestures, such as a handshake, and only proceeding to more personal forms of touch if there is clear openness and reciprocity. Trick 13. The Principle of Authority. The principle of authority is a psychological trick based on the natural tendency of people to follow or trust individuals, perceived as authorities in certain areas or subjects. This phenomenon can be attributed to our intrinsic desire for direction and clarity in a complex world, leading us to seek guidance from figures who demonstrate knowledge, competence, or power. When a person is seen as an authority, their opinions, decisions, and recommendations tend to be accepted more readily, regardless of critical evaluation. Effectively applying the principle of authority involves, first and foremost, establishing credibility. This can be achieved through the demonstration of specialized knowledge, relevant experience, or even association with other respected authorities. However, it is crucial that this authority is based on authenticity and integrity. Trust, once lost through false statements or deceptive practices, is difficult to recover. In professional contexts, for example, a doctor wearing a lab coat and displaying relevant diplomas in their office is not just following a convention. They are also signaling their authority and competence in the field of medicine, which can increase the patient's trust in their judgment. Similarly, in a business presentation, referring to relevant research or highlighting successful past experiences can reinforce the speaker's perception of authority, making the audience more receptive to their ideas. However, it is essential to balance authority with accessibility. The most respected authorities are those who, in addition to demonstrating competence, are also seen as empathetic and open to questions and discussions. This not only humanizes the authority figure, but also promotes an environment of learning and mutual growth. Additionally, it is important to be aware of how authority can subconsciously influence behavior and decisions. Blind obedience to authority can lead to judgment errors or unethical actions, as historically demonstrated in famous psychological experiments. Therefore, encouraging critical thinking and healthy questioning of authorities can be as important as establishing one's own authority. In summary, the principle of authority is a powerful tool for influencing and leading. When used ethically and responsibly, it can improve communication, increase trust, and promote cooperation. However, it must be balanced with humility and a willingness to engage in dialogue, ensuring that authority is always in the service of the common good and mutual development. Trick 14. Consistency. Consistency is a psychological trick that relies on our natural tendency to act in a manner consistent with our statements, beliefs, and previous actions. This principle is essential for building a stable and reliable personal identity, but can also be a powerful tool for subtly and effectively influencing others' behavior. The key to the effectiveness of this trick lies in our innate aversion to cognitive dissonance, which is the psychological discomfort experienced when our behaviors are not aligned with our beliefs or past actions. One way to apply the principle of consistency is through initial commitment. When people verbally or in writing commit to an idea or goal, they are more likely to take subsequent actions that are in line with that initial commitment, even if there is a personal cost associated. This is because consistency between our beliefs and actions is often seen as a positive character trait, leading people to strive to maintain an image of integrity and reliability. In the context of sales, for example, this might mean persuading a customer to first agree on the importance of certain product features and then presenting that product as the solution that best aligns with those features. In social or work contexts, asking for small favors or initial commitments can set a precedent for more significant cooperations in the future. For the principle of consistency to be employed ethically and effectively, it is crucial that the initial commitment is made freely and without pressure. Trick 15. Social proof. Social proof is a psychological trick based on the influence that collective behavior has on individual decisions. This principle suggests that people tend to look to the actions and choices of others to determine what is correct or desirable in a given situation, especially in moments of uncertainty. Social proof is powerful because it relies on the assumption that collective wisdom can provide reliable guidance. This phenomenon can be observed in a wide range of contexts, from choosing a restaurant based on its online reviews to the decision to buy a product that has many positive reviews. Essentially, when we see that other people have made a choice or adopted a behavior, we are more inclined to follow suit, assuming that this choice is valid or beneficial. To effectively apply social proof, it's important to highlight popular choices, testimonials, or approvals from groups relevant to the individual or audience in question. This can be done through customer reviews, endorsements from influencers, statistics showing the popularity of an option, or even success stories of people the audience may consider similar or aspirational. In marketing and advertising, social proof is often used to increase trust in a product or service, showing that many other people are already enjoying its benefits. On social media, likes, comments, and shares serve as visible indicators of social approval, encouraging others to interact in a similar manner. Trick 16. Emotional contrast. Emotional contrast is a psychological technique that involves taking someone on an emotional journey from moments of difficulty or tension to positive resolution or relief. This trick is based on the principle that experiences are intensified and become more memorable when preceded by contrasting emotions. For example, the feeling of relief and happiness is amplified after a period of anxiety or fear, creating a more striking and lasting emotional experience. Applying emotional contrast effectively can be a powerful tool in storytelling, marketing, education, and even everyday conversations. By starting with a problem or challenge, followed by the presentation of a solution or happy ending, you not only capture the audience's attention, but also create a stronger emotional bond. This emotional journey can make the message more persuasive, increase information retention, and encourage action. In narrative contexts, for example, stories involving conflicts followed by resolution tend to be more engaging and satisfying. In advertising, presenting a common problem, such as pain or difficulty, followed by the introduction of a product or service as the perfect solution, can motivate consumers to act, driven by the desire to experience the promised positive transformation. However, it is essential that the use of emotional contrast is done with sensitivity and authenticity. Excessive manipulation of emotions can be perceived as insincere or exploitative, negatively affecting the public's perception of the message or the messenger. Additionally, it's important to ensure that the resolution offered is realistic and achievable, providing a genuine sense of hope and optimism. Trick 17. Uniqueness. Uniqueness is a psychological trick that focuses on the importance of making someone feel unique or special in a particular context. This principle suggests that people are more likely to engage, participate, or invest in a situation when they perceive that their participation is distinctively valuable and that they offer something no one else can. Essentially, appealing to a person's sense of uniqueness can strengthen the connection and motivation as it validates their individuality and specific contributions. Implementing the uniqueness strategy involves recognizing and celebrating the unique characteristics, talents, or perspectives that people bring to the table. This can be as simple as personalizing a message or offer to reflect an individual's interests, or as complex as creating opportunities or experiences that are tailored to the unique qualities of a group or individual. Trick 18. Anticipation. Anticipation is a psychological trick that explores the exciting expectation of something about to happen, increasing interest and involvement through the promise of future rewards or experiences. This principle is based on the idea that the anticipation of an event can be as thrilling, or even more so, than the event itself. Anticipation creates suspense that keeps people engaged and interested, eager for what's to come. Using anticipation effectively involves building a sense of expectation and curiosity, setting the stage for something big, exciting, or revealing. This can be achieved through teasers, previews, countdowns, or announcements that give hints without fully revealing what's to come. In marketing, for example, product launch campaigns that use these techniques can generate buzz and anticipation, encouraging the audience to stay tuned and engaged. In narrative contexts, anticipation can be used to build tension in a story, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats, eager for the climax. In education, introducing a topic with an intriguing question or challenge can increase student interest, motivating them to delve deeper to discover the answers. For anticipation to be effective, it's crucial to balance the amount of information revealed. Revealing too much can diminish interest, while revealing too little can confuse or frustrate the audience. The secret is to maintain a balance that keeps people curious and eager, but also confident that the wait will be worth it.